Thanks for checking in to find out what you should check out this month on Shorties. Okay. Welcome to Bums Away Presents Shorties.
Yeah.
This is the monthly episode where we tell you exactly what you should be watching for the upcoming month, so that if you want to be in on every single joke that we throw out there, you're right there, right with us right here in the studio, right? That came out awkward, but yeah,
it just
we're gonna
lets
go
you know
with
what
it.
to expect.
Yeah, what to expect when you're expecting. Did we have any additional reviews? I know that we got a couple of feedbacks. We've gotten a lot of new people when it comes to, like, we have partners in crime out there, like other movie podcasts that are like listening to us, which is really exciting because it's like we are slowly discovering that we are a small part of a larger community out there. There's movie lovers all over the world, or else we wouldn't do this show. But to realize that there are people that are out there, and they're also talking about their love and passion about movies. Some people are strictly dedicated to the newest releases that come out in theaters. Like every week they go and see something. Other people are dedicating their show to basically what movies like influence them to do whatever it is that they do in their daily life or career. That's a podcast that we met called Movies Made Me. Where she sits down with individuals and basically says, hey, what 5 movies influenced you to, I don't know, work the job that you're working now, or anything of that matter. And then you have other ones like Talks on Docs. Talks on Docs, they actually gave us a shout out on their latest episode, and we really appreciate that as well. They were very raw with their review and actually gave us really outstanding positive feedback. So that was great. And I actually listened to their how do I put it? Their episode. I was like, what is it we do? I listened to their episode that they mentioned us on, which talked about it was going through the oh shoot, I'm gonna blank, and I'm sorry guys, because it's the feedback that I'm gonna give here is the fact that, like, this was an interview they did with the Voyeur. Yes, it was the new documentary that's on Netflix called Voyeur, and they did an interview.
I've heard about that.
Yes, yeah. And what was fascinating about this, they interviewed, I believe it's the creator of Voyeur, and I'm sorry, this is my ADD when I listen to podcasts, because I'm like, that's a very interesting subject. Oh my god, I got to turn right here. Oh, I'm back to the podcast. It's not you, Talks on Dogs. It's me, right? We're not breaking up. It's just it's not you. It's me. And it's because that's just how my mind works. But to sum it up, like, these guys were so good and so hard hitting with their questions that literally, it wasn't like the and then how did you make this? No, it was solid, like, interview that made me go, I'm going to tune into another one. So I started listening to, and this is where I'm in the middle of one too, because I want to listen to episodes just like how we prepare people on this mini episode. I want to listen to episodes pertaining to documentaries that I've actually watched. So they started doing the whole the one about Atari and the E.T. Games that are built in the desert, or buried in the desert.
Built in the desert.
Yeah, they were built in the desert. And I'm in the middle of that one right now. And this is what this show does. So Talks on Docs is the name of it. And if you are someone who's into documentaries and inspired by, like, just learning more information than you possibly can gather from just the documentary alone, and just want more on that subject, they review documentaries. So I'm in the middle of that one right now, and then I'm going to switch over. They just did the Jerry Seinfeld's Comedian, which I think I've watched like 3 to 4 times because I'm inspired by that documentary. So
that
it's really
your
fun.
Humor.
Yeah. What's the deal with these bathrooms?
Oh,
Airline,
my.
yeah. What's the deal with these airline foods? So that's some that's some strong movie-related podcast that I believe that you should be listening to. Now, the other one that we've been talking to fits our format just a little bit even more. They actually just did Ernest Scared Stupid, like we did. The name of the show, they're very much focused on things that they watch on VHS only. Okay, so they're called VHS Bandits. Now, VHS Bandits have done something extremely unique, and they were kind enough to send us a VHS copy of this project that they did, where basically they put together their own, like, made for VHS, made for television, like, public television Christmas special. That's how I can put it. Like, basically, it's like watching an episode of Tim and Eric, if you've ever seen that on Adult Swim. This thing was extremely creative, and there were so many solid parts of this where I was just like, man, I would have loved to have been on set for that, because there are some unique, really, really interesting parts that I want to kind of just feature here and just be like, you got to check this out. VHS Bandits, you can look up their entire channel on YouTube, and they have this for viewing, your viewing pleasure on their YouTube channel. So, they basically did this like as if it was a PBS type like children's show. They were like, yay, like it's a kids Christmas special. But what they were doing with it was they made it very cheesy. They had their own animation. They drew themselves in certain parts. So I was like, these guys are super creative and talented. Like, we're not making animation. Right. You know, like I'm over here being like, oh, do we need to animate ourselves? And then what they did between their little sketches and like this, it was like a whole like Christmas special kind of story, right? Where they're like, oh no, we don't have a tree, we got to go get a tree, and then they like go to these like gangsters and they're like, we'll get you a tree, and then they robbed it. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, we do that enough with every other thing. But they had these amazing. See if you remember any of these. They put real commercials, like for the commercial breaks. Yeah. So, and this is what really drove it home. Where I was like, "Oh, this is special, right?" Do you remember the like Fruity Pebbles like Christmas commercial?
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so remember Fruity Pebbles, and it was like Fred Flintstone, and it was like the actual animation, and like it's like, 'tis the season to be giant, like, and Fred comes out and he's like, I don't want anybody to have my Fruity Pebbles, right? And Fred's like, share, and then Santa comes out of nowhere and it's like, 'tis the season to be sharing, and he's like, okay, and you're just like, God, this is really driving this home, right? Being like, you should buy 2 Fruity Pebbles so you can share. And then, do you remember the game Crossfire?
No.
All I know about it, I never had it. My mom was like, you'll shoot your eye out, basically. But, like, all I remember was, like, the game was, like, you shoot these, like, marbles at the other opponents.
Oh,
like,
I do remember.
Disc.
No, you shoot marbles at the other opponent. They're little metal balls.
Metal balls, not,
and
yeah.
You don't shoot them at the other opponent. You shoot it at, like,
the opponent's, like,
No, you don't shoot it at the opponent's anything.
Or something.
No, you shoot it at, like, a disc in the middle.
That's what I mean. The
like
opponent's disc, I thought, in order to get it across their goal line, right?
Yeah.
Right? But all I really remember about it is the commercial where 2 kids like zoom in on their discs and they're like, Crossfire! And you're like, this is the most badass thing.
Really good game.
Right? And I never played it though. I just know it was like, you get caught up in the, and you're just like, yes. So they had that. Do you remember Friendlies? The ice cream parlor?
Nope.
No? You didn't have Friendlies back where you were? Must have been an East Coast only. But they had a Friendlies commercial. They had, remember the Campbell Soup Snowman?
Yeah.
The snowman would be all depressed and
We
come
all know
in.
that.
Yeah, and then he like
that
eats
one, the
soup
M&M's
and he's like,
ones, the Hershey Kiss one.
he's like, I'm a
still
child
going.
now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how that works. And Discovery Zone, you remember Discovery Zone?
Yeah.
Yep. Mighty Max. Remember the little Mighty Max figures?
Yep.
They were like Polly Pocket, but for boys.
Yeah.
And then Shark Bites.
Yeah.
It was like the fruit snacks. And this is why I was like, oh my God, the slogan. Like, they're better than the taglines that we read out every week, where it says, you got to eat them before they eat you.
Oh.
So this was
Yeah.
just to wrap it up, like, this was that sense of like fun nostalgia that like I really think that our audience would latch onto and love as well. And their episodes are solid too. That we had a little bit of a little conversational debate where it's like, you guys hate these movies. I was like, no, we don't hate them either. We love these bad movies just as much as you do, and that's what we want to get across to our listening community, our fellow podcasters, is like, we love these freaking movies. Like, listen to this lineup as we go. Like, these movies, if you do not believe that we actually love bad movies, then this is the month for you, because these are ridiculous choices. Little bit old, little bit new. Jared, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you say Jared?
No,
You did.
I just didn't enunciate.
Yeah, well, that's everyone's problem in
Yeah.
my life.
Okay, so
Round one.
round one. This will be the first week in January, which, looking at our calendars, because I never actually tell people the date, this is actually January 2nd. Okay, Tuesday, January 2nd, coming up for the first week in January is 1990s. No, it's 1982's 1990 The Bronx Warriors.
It's 1990 Bronx Warriors.
Oh.
Title's a bit different, but yeah.
In the year 1990, the New York City authorities declared the wasteland known as the South Bronx to be a high-risk area. There would be no further
None of
attempt to
that
restore
same.
law and order to that notorious borough. The
None of
South
that
Bronx had
same.
long since been controlled by gangs with such names as the Riders, Scavengers, Ironmen, Tigers, and Sharks. To venture without permission into the territory of a rival power was to risk war. War with no holds barred. War to the death.
Whoops.
Only one man had anything to gain from such a war.
Trash.
Only one man.
His name
would
is
prevent it.
Trash.
Only one man.
Or a
1990,
bunch.
The Bronx Warriors.
It is The Bronx Warriors. The
We
Flying
fly.
W.
Yeah, I know.
The trailer's just basically showing everybody's actor's name with their
Yeah.
face. Nothing's going on, guys. Don't
This
worry.
is really tame one. That's kitten with a whip. And then we dance.
My favorite part.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa. Motorcycles, horses, skates, running,
What
modes of transportation.
I hardly remember that.
Window. A horse, a flamethrower. It's like an acid dream. Shoe knife, hockey sticks, a helicopter. Walkie-talkie, horses again, hair, motorcycle, pectorals, falling horse, blood.
Jim Morrison stunt double.
Yeah. Fire, a helicopter, helmet, running, lady in cape, stab. I think she ripped off his nuts.
Catwoman claws.
Motorcycle, ice cream truck, gun, diving. None of this makes sense.
No. And this is when trailers were longer as well, because this is going on forever.
This is confusing. The old Bronx Bridge. Oh, whoops.
Well, he's dead.
Fire in my face.
So that was 1990 The Bronx Warriors, which is basically a The Warriors plus Mad Max type ripoff.
Yeah.
That was like half filmed in New York, half filmed in Italy. So it's a little
sense.
bit grindhousey, It stars Fred Williamson, which is extremely famous for all those kind of films in that time. And we have some interesting information about Fred Williamson and how he started his career from being a 49ers football player all the way to stardom. So,
But it's not Fred Armisen.
no.
Don't get that mixed up.
You will eat the kapu. So that is week 1. Now, coming up on week 2, we have Jared is taking the week off because I am going to go ahead and record this episode while I'm back home.
He's abandoning me.
Yes.
I'm not taking the week off.
No, that's not true. If I was
But
abandoning you, I wouldn't tell the listeners.
No, it's fair. Because the entire half of November and all of December was, let's record 2 episodes every time we meet up because we have a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, and I was
So I'm exhausted, and
Yeah.
I don't care about January.
no, I'm taking
So tired.
I'm taking a vacation at the end, for Christmas and New Year's, and I'm going back home.
Seeing your friend Jordan.
That's right. So my friend Jordan decided to pick this next one, right? And we'll be doing this one together. And it is 1985's The Dirt Bike Kid. Roll trailer.
Whatever I say on this doesn't matter, so it's okay. But
Ever
that's the
dreamed
kid from The
of having
Christmas
your own
Story.
motorcycle?
It is the kid from the Christmas Story.
Is the motorcycle getting hard?
For Jack, that dream has just come true.
I
Ever wanted a very special friend? Jack has just found
again.
But this friend is
That
like
motorcycle
no
is
other.
getting hard.
It's a Transformer?
In a movie where magic is
I3.
real.
That bike.
So is this like that Lindsay Lohan Dune Buggy movie?
Oh, the
In
Love
a
Bug?
movie where
Yeah, Love Bug.
anything is possible.
I4. Whoa.
What
Whoa.
are you doing?
Whoa. I think it's pretty clear what he's doing. He's flying.
Wow.
So it's like E.T.?
That
Right?
you
It's not.
Where bonds are
I4, 5.
I want that mechanical method, Steve Jack. De-oiled, debilitated, and locked up.
What's the matter?
The
You don't
dirt
believe in
bike
magic?
fart?
Yeah.
Where friendship is very special.
I6. Wait.
A movie that will bring joy.
I7.
You're gonna just keep doing
What
it?
is happening? Whoa! Motorbike.
How does he do that?
He just
Do what?
presses
A
on the
jump?
gas.
Bring a tear to
I8.
I don't want you anymore. You hear me? I don't want you.
I think this is just Airbud, but with the dirt bike.
a movie where the baddies
I9.
I'd like to introduce you to Big Slime. He hates Jack too.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Slime. Big
It's the name of my ding dong.
Mr. Big Slime.
Mr. Big Slime.
where the goodies are darn good.
I10. Whee! Whoa. Whee! Ah!
That guy's
But most
dead.
of all, it's a
I-11.
movie about a machine that has discovered a heart and a boy who
What?
has found a friend. The Dirt Bike Kid.
Somebody tried really hard to
A truly
make that
magical
title
friendship.
sequence
To
work.
name the movie, you mean? Someone tried really hard to name that movie, and they couldn't
So-
come up with something better than The Dirt Bike Kid.
Right? Because it's not really about it's almost as if the movie's gonna be like, "Hey, there goes that dirt bike kid," and
Yeah.
then winks at the screen. There's the title. I think that feels like one of those movies that probably has like multiple titles.
Yeah.
So that's going to be on the second week in January. That is January 9th. January 9th.
Cool.
Okay? So, moving on to, we have more special guests in January. There's a director duo that is coming in to talk about their new short horror film that they're going to be doing. I do not have their name right in front of me, but they did. They premiered a short here at the Frida. It was like a Christmas horror short, and one of the directors actually is a manager here at the Frida. Our good friend Trevor. So they will both be coming in, and I said, go ahead, pick anything, and they were like, well, let's do something that's kind of in the realm of what we're doing when it comes to like classic monsters and stuff like that. So they have kindly subjected us to 2004's Van Helsing. Yeah, this is going to be... Yeah, hold on. There's a
Van Helsing just reminds me of I, Frankenstein, so I'm not exactly...
It even looks like it.
Yeah.
I just how do I even put it? Like, I remember seeing this at the drive-in.
I remember not wanting to see this.
Right?
At all.
Yeah, so here we go. Roll trailer.
My life. My job. My curse.
Wolverine with saw blades.
Yeah. Bad hat.
Is Van Helsing.
Some say you're a holy man. Others say
This
you're
is
a murderer.
violently early 2000s.
It's been both.
Hey, Jared brought violently back.
Enemies that are legend.
The Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula.
Oh god, the graphics.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Evil has one name to fear.
Underworld, Van Helsing.
Underwear with rips. Well, we know how that the werewolf dies.
May 7th. Just dating yourself again.
Great. Thank you.
So that is Van Helsing. That will be the third. I'm sorry. The third week in January. That will be on the 16th. So coming up on the fourth week in January, here's this is an interesting one. Okay. And so Jarrett was discussing with me off air about the...
Don't bring me into this.
Well, I mean, it's important, right? Because, like, I am such a nostalgic freak, okay? Like, there are things where I'm like, everybody's heard my tangents. Like, so every once in a while, I tend to forget that I'm like, oh, there's newer bombs?
Yeah. Well, it's hard to get into newer bombs because majority of newer bombs are just like graphic bombs or money pouring into the movie bombs. And so it's hard to find like a classic type with air quotes around those words, bombs, because we even tried to do a bomb for The Mummy, the new one, but it was just that one was just dull. It wasn't there was not a lot of things to go off of. So I think what I proposed was doing something that was more like something catered towards recent bombs, something within like the last year of having a good amount of those. And this is something that got us close to it.
Yes. So, with that being said, this is 2015's, and this is the international trailer. So if you're sitting here being like, if you're sitting here being like, hey, I don't remember the trailer being like that, well, I found the international one because I wanted something different. I'd no reason for me to, like, I'm not going to comment on the one I've already seen. I wanted something new because I haven't seen this movie. I think it's important for us to do. So, ready?
Yep.
This will be the fourth week in January. That fourth week will be the 23rd roll trailer.
I, Jerica Benton, am living the most unexceptional life.
Get one of those grocery bags.
My sister Kimber and I live with our Aunt Bailey and her 2 foster kids.
Here she is. Sing one of your songs.
Seems forced.
I don't like
Yeah.
being on camera.
Oh,
At
Universal.
some point, we all wish that we could just become someone else.
So that's 2 Universals in a row.
Who's got the heart of a hunter, pounding like thunder.
She'll thank me later.
Growling the night. Something's happening.
Oh,
that
God.
You really need to see. What?
From the studio who brought us Pitch Perfect.
Yep.
But the first one, we swear. Just the first.
Not going your whole life.
Is that Molly Ringwald?
Yes.
Take that chance.
The biggest record company in the world wants to sign us. You're gonna be famous. Who wants to walk on water?
Welcome to Starlight Enterprises.
This is
Oh,
Rio.
that's that one girl. And that's that one guy.
Jerica.
Jem, that's what we call you now.
That means changing the way you act, sound, and look.
This is
Well,
us?
seems
No,
not
it's
like them.
Photoshop.
All the web's been talking about is Jem.
Jem and her band of sisters revealing a whole new look.
Well, this seems like a real Hannah Montana situation.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that coming here would mean a whole new Jerica.
You mean Jem. The whole world wants to know who you are right now. An icon is not one of four. It's one of a kind.
Are we going to get some conflict in this trailer? It sounds like we're about to.
This is just the beginning.
Why is she dressed like David Bowie?
Right? Bowie?
Bowie, whatever. Jared.
And here's my sad solo acoustic song.
Even when the odds seem impossible, you need to trust the people you're closest to.
But also sell them out. Okay, cool. We'll play a One Direction song over a trailer about music. It's the story of my life.
Everyone has a secret identity.
I don't.
Which one's the real you?
Oh.
My daughter would kill me if I didn't get an autograph.
Of course.
She's gonna freak.
On your arm?
Yeah.
What's her name?
You just put Steven.
What? Okay. That's weird.
Cool.
So that's 2015's Jem and the Holograms. That will be the the fourth week in January. So what I didn't realize is that January has 5.
Oh, God.
Yep. So
thank you so much. We quit the podcast. Goodbye.
This keeps happening to us, too. Like, where we have to do 5.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
You just picked this one?
I did.
Okay.
We talked about him earlier today, just in passing, where there was, I won't mention any names because it's not important, but there is somebody, like, famous who was in a movie that came to the Frida today, and we went, I don't know who that is, right? Yep. But then we made the joke, I was like, I am not at all like, oh, I should go down and get his autograph. I was like, I'd be more excited if Pauly Shore it was here. And you were like, no, I would be.
Yeah.
So it made me think of this movie. Okay. Now, have you ever had jury duty?
Nope.
Me either.
Yeah.
Right? I feel
think
like
it's a
I
myth.
want to.
I feel like it's something that people create just to like
President Obama got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Good luck getting me. I move too much.
So that's your clue, everybody. Not really a clue.
Yeah.
I just said it.
That's the actual title.
For the last week in January.
I thought this was going to be that movie about Robert Downey Jr. and his dad.
Oh.
Where it was like, judge duty.
No, that's just the judge.
The judge, okay, never
Judge
mind.
duty.
Jeez, I don't know.
I got judge duty. You mean your job?
Yeah, I know. I was like, all right.
Yes, this is 1995's Pauly Shore comedic classic, Jury Duty. Roll trailer.
Since the days of our founding fathers, justice
it's got
has
that
always
intense
been
voice.
blind. Now,
fear not, citizens.
She's dumb.
Justice will be served. You're in good
Chief
hands.
dumb?
Ow, ow.
She's dumb,
because
like justice
Pauly
is dumb.
Shore has just been served.
A jury duty notice?
Like stoner extreme.
Look, it's the juice. Run, OJ, run.
Now, a nation waits for answers.
They picked a jury. They picked a jury. They're
What?
serving tuna salad for lunch. Tuna salad for lunch.
A jury sacrifices
It's
all
kind of like
personal
Naked
comforts.
Gun.
Welcome to your new home, away from home.
Lifestyles of the rich and sequestered.
And a murder suspect
Not
puts his
funny.
life in the hands of the people.
So what do you think?
About what? You're sleeping or you're drooling?
Up against impossible odds.
Tia Carrera from Wayne's World?
You are the sexiest creature I've ever seen. Let's sauna.
One man stands alone.
And that is why you elected me, jury foreman.
To protect our honor.
Counsel will approach the bench. What are you doing here?
I didn't think it was fair that you guys got to have your own little secret powwow over here while we didn't get to listen. It's not fair.
To defend our freedom.
Number 6, sit down.
I'm like, I genuinely just laughed.
And most of all,
I legit was like, he's really cute right now.
to milk the system for everything it's worth.
He ate an old taco. He's in underwear. He's in a bathtub.
That's the peanut call.
Pauly Shore is out for justice.
But that's not the title.
Right?
Jury duty.
Your girlfriend's here to kiss you goodbye.
Say hi to Judgito.
I'm
excited for it.
OJ jokes.
Yeah.
Right? So, yes, that is the last week. That'll be January 30th.
I want it.
I like it. I've never seen this one. There's a couple Paulies that I've just skipped over the years. This is one. I've genuinely never seen Encino Man.
Okay.
And what's it, In the Army Now? I was like, no.
I saw the one where he's like the college student.
Son-in-law?
Yeah, son-in-law.
Yeah.
I love
the
that
college
one.
student is
Yeah.
like the beginning, and then everything else is on the farm.
I love son-in-law.
Yeah,
That's
son-in-law. Actually, son-in-laws are really fun.
Yeah.
And then my favorite though is Biodome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the mahi. just random stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna like that one.
A lot of great ones.
I think I'm gonna like that one.
I'm gonna love that one. I can already tell.
And that's our lineup.
And that's about does it.
Yeah, that's our lineup. So just to give you a quick rundown again, 1990, the Bronx Warriors, and then we will have the Dirt Bike Kid from 1985. We will then go to Van Helsing, 2004. And then Gem and the Holograms, 2015. And finalizing the month up with Jury Duty, 1995. So that is your 5 movies for the month of January. And also things on the horizon. We all will have 50 Shades Darker to get you ready for 50 Shades Freed that's coming out in the theaters. Do you think we should just go see 50 Shades Freed and finish up the trilogy?
A live act? Well, not a live but like we go
People
see
are like,
it, we
shut
come and
the
record.
fuck up, I'm
Yeah.
trying to masturbate.
Right, exactly.
My
But I
seat is so wet right now.
No, we gotta do it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's a February.
Yeah.
A fuck February.
Right? We'll just invite a bunch of friends and
because February is all about sex.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
be real.
Yeah. Right.
February sex theme.
Sex theme?
Is what?
Is that what you want to do? Yeah. Okay.
I got some porns we could watch.
Okay. Cool.
Hey, men.com just did a Justice League gay porn, so.
Oh, I saw that coming.
Mm-hmm.
In your face.
I literally watched it coming, so.
Yeah. Was it good?
No,
was it like
it's got
better
Colby
than the
Keller,
movie?
and he voted for Trump, so.
Oh.
Gay porn stars can vote for Trump, and they are the downfall of my society, so.
Right. It doesn't make any sense, really, because if you vote
It
Trump, you
doesn't.
also vote Pence.
Yeah.
And just
And he wanted to electrocute me to make me straight, which, like, if that could have worked, I would have stuck my finger in a socket long ago. Trust me.
You
dude.
do get straight. You just you straighten out like immediately. Your
My
body
hair
goes
gets
stiff.
straight. I'm like, "Ooh." That's
no
about
more
it,
curls.
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have curls. I have waves.
So once again, thank you everybody so much for tuning in. It's been an amazing 6 months. I'd like to
It
wish
has,
everybody a happy new year going into the new year. We're coming at you bigger and better than ever. We've got a huge promotion on the horizon. We're trying to get to Comic-Con, so we'll let you know about that. That'll probably be organized and finalized somewhere in January. So listen to the normal episodes. We'll tell you about it. Or there might be just a very small mini episode to give you the details on how you can help us get to WonderCon and Comic-Con this year. Other than that, you know where to find us. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Write us at Bombs Away Show. You can contact us. Contact at Bombs Away Show. And you got anything else? You got anything to plug? You want to stop mocking me over there?
No, never.
Calling you out like Paxton.
The only thing I do have to plug, just always and forever, is the show on.
Always and
No,
forever.
it's the show on TBS. It's called Search Party.
I wanted to ask that.
Literally, it's so good.
I wanted that was something new, and New Year,
That was my
new
new,
little
yeah.
things is like I do want to ask. I want to ask at the end of like, what are you watching this week?
Because, well, okay, so
just one thing.
100%.
What do you recommend
Entirely
this week?
a year ago is whenever I started watching Search Party.
Okay.
And that's because at that time they were like, TBS was like, hey, check out our new show. It just finished its first season. There's only 10 episodes. Really good. It's got I can never say her name right. Alea. Oh shoot, I'm gonna screw it up.
Organa.
She.
That's a Star Wars joke. Sorry.
No, I know. She was featured in an episode of Broad City. She was also in, I want to say, Spy Kids, but I could be getting that wrong. But she's that really curly hair. She's really beautiful. You'd know her if you'd see her.
Is she the Spy Kid?
She's one of the kids. Yeah.
The one of the two. The
yeah,
girl.
She's the girl. Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Right,
she was in the Machete movies, and she's gorgeous.
Yeah. And she was no, she's great. She's amazing. And then everyone else that's in it is just beautiful and awesome. And no, it's literally someone that is around our age, like middle whatevers. It doesn't really matter. Like we're all just trying to like be something. And she sees a poster for like they've been out of college for 4 to 5 years, and she sees a poster for someone that they went to college with that has gone missing. And she makes it her mission to find this missing person. And it's very, like, the music for it is great. The lighting design is amazing. The costume design is awesome. The actors are amazing. The writing is beautiful. Like, so it's literally just, it's a beautiful collection of sound and sights and... I don't know. Like, if you could feel it, I'm sure the show would find a way for you to feel it. Well, like, you can feel it emotionally, but, like, if you could physically touch it, the show would find a way. One of my good friends, Mark Walsh, actually is also in love with it. He, like, and TBS is great about it because they're like, here, watch the first season. Like, I don't know. It's just a beautiful TV show that, like, it's got enough of mystery, but also enough of comedy. So everyone that does it is also, like, it's got that, like, kind of... It's dark comedy, which is what I love forever and always.
Okay.
It's what I love. So if you really just want a TV show to binge and watch, the episodes are only 23 to 25 minutes long. So you could... Like, I blasted through Season 2 in a full day. I did the same thing with Season 1 a year ago. And it's honestly... It's some of the best TV I've ever seen. Because it's just... It's so well... It's so well done. Like, one character, I watched a thing today, and he was like, oh, this is a scene, like, I was literally supposed to run away from this situation, but I had sciatica at the time, which is, like, basically your back nerves suck, and every movement that you do, like, makes you want to never move again. And so he's like, I was supposed to run away at this point, but all I could do was walk at a fast pace. But even with just that, like, he sells it. He makes it known that, like, that's the type of walking you would do to make it be like, everyone around me is looking at me, so I just need to walk really fast because that's all I can do right now. Like, I could not give enough praise to Search Party. I can't. It's really bad. It's so sad. I love it so much.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like it.
It's so good. It's literally the best thing I've ever watched. It's amazing TV because it's so subtle, but it's so... I don't know. It just has a nice impact of, like, a soft impact. And I love music as well. And they have one of the best soundtracks that I've ever listened to, ever. It's just, they have an Apple playlist. Someone out there has an Apple playlist that just, they constantly are like, oh, this episode had these songs on it. So they update the playlist and you can listen to it whenever. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
my thing.
I'm getting us ready to be on the Talks on Doc show.
Yeah.
So I've been been watching a lot of documentaries that we can actually bring up and discuss for the show. So I've talked about it on the show before. Electric Boogaloo, which is the story of Canon Films. That's the documentary that we're going to actually watch and feature on that episode for them. But I've also been watching, there is a Troma release called VHS Massacre, and I'm going to recommend that people watch the Electric Boogaloo because it's extremely fascinating, and their story is just wild, and it's what's inspired us for this show. But the VHS one is the one I just recently watched, and that one is good, but then it goes off the rails when it gets very preachy about pirating and stuff like that. Basically being like, the DVDs destroyed our precious VHSs, and then, then Blu-rays destroyed that, now Pirates destroying that. And I'm like, so who are you actually standing up for? Like, it goes all over the place.
I feel like you could copy VHS a lot easier than they were preaching about.
Right? Especially because, like, more than half... Okay, the Bronx... Oh, that's another thing I forgot to mention is, guys, the Bronx Warriors and the Invisible Kid are...
Invisible Kid.
Invisible Kid's a completely
the movie
different
we're not
movie.
doing.
No, the Dirt Bike Kid, both of those are on YouTube. So... they are more rare than Gem and the Holograms or Van Helsing or even Jury Duty, which you probably haven't seen. And so we also wanted to do, if we're going to pick something crazy or obscure, we wanted to try our best to be like, hey, that's on YouTube. Like, you can't complain if it's on YouTube. Just go watch it. Like, and if you're like, I don't want to watch that, I don't like, it's like, well, then that's not our fault. Yeah. Like, exactly. We're giving you the opportunity. So that's on YouTube, and that's what I was going to say is this documentary, there's so many grindhousey type films and VHS type films that are on YouTube. So it's like, and they're like VHS transfer copies. Yeah. I found when we watched the 1990 Bronx, I found a VHS one where it said play and the tracking was coming on the YouTube version. I was like, well, then whose fault is this? It's like, you're all doing it. Like, who cares? Like, as long as we're still getting it into the hands of people like us and into the next generation, as long as you and I are talking about this, that means that there's somebody who's going to listen to this episode of The Bronx next week, right? And go, I got to find this crazy movie. Yeah. So... For as much as, and that's what I didn't like about this documentary, is that it goes on these tangents of being like, they stole our precious format. I'm like, your format that was like really shitty and like needed tracking and like the heads of the VCR. Like, I love VHS for what it is, but it's the same issue as what's happening right now. To date this mini episode real quick, Last Jedi is out this weekend. Right? And it's the same problem where there's these nostalgic freaks that are so hardcore and had their vision of how they think something should have went in history, in life, or in a story of a movie and cannot accept if it goes any different than what they wanted. Yeah. Right? So, and that's what this goes on to, being like, I wanted my precious VHSs to live on forever. You did? You wanted these easily breakable pieces of plastic that can get caught up in like gears and like none of it... It wasn't practical. Yeah. Yeah. So, like, it goes off the rails instead of being like, this is a nice nostalgic piece about VHS. So, check it out if you're a nostalgia freak, but I say watch the one that we're recommending instead, Electric Boogaloo. But that's what I saw this week. Okay?
Cool.
Awesome.
That just about does it for us here, folks.
Yep.
And I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Jarrett.
Oh. All right, well, I like to know that people know my name.
Jarrett.
Try and spell that twice.
Jarrett. Jarrett.
Oh, you did it with the beat of 7 instead of an up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
I can't do it. They're going to be like, shut the hell up and end it.
Jarrett, Jarrett.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, see, I did 3 T's. It's weird. It is weird. It's my favorite game to play.
Yeah.
A beat of 7 to an up, down, up, down, up, down beat.
They're like, end it.
Yeah.
Just end it. End of my
life. We
life.
hate you. Leave us.
Out of bullets.
Anyway... that just about does us here for Bombs Away. I'm Jarrett.
And I'm Jonathan.
And
we just inceptioned you because we reversed it.
I know.
Bye.
Bye.